Hi everyone, we're back again. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Kaitlyn.
And we today are going to be sharing with you secrets on what you can do to have an awesome YouTube channel of your own. So I'm an author and you're
Reviewer, fan.
Right, but we are looking at author sites and their platforms all the time. And I know there's such a huge emphasis on social media for Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, but I don't think a lot of people are using YouTube.
Yeah, and I love it. Like, I have interacted with many authors who use, because I love to interact with authors on like Instagram and Twitter, like all the time. And I love seeing when authors have YouTube channels, because it's fun to like see their personalities and stuff like that. Like, I remember I interviewed Jonathan Maberry and Scott Siglar, who, Scott Siglar is huge on his YouTube channel, and he gives writing advice, and Jonathan Maberry gives like writer's coffee house type stuff with other authors, and I think it's really fun when I'm like wanting to work with an author and they also have a YouTube channel, because I'm like, oh, like they understand what I'm doing too, which is really, really nice.
Yeah, plus you always go to these book signing events because you're like, I want to meet my readers, but not everybody can travel everywhere.
Yeah.
And maybe you can't travel everywhere, so it's a great way for people to get to know you and they get to know your personality. And I just don't feel like you get to see that as much on like pictures or like Facebook posts, right?
Yeah,
it's not the same.
I like to go and like feel like I'm interacting with an author, like watching them. Just kind of like you feel like you're interacting with me, watching my videos. I like to watch authors and stuff and hear them talk. Like I know Adam Siefert, he does YouTube videos and he like talks about like his favorite books and like authors he loves. And I think it's fun to like see, what kind of things does he like to read and like enjoy and stuff as a fan and not just as an author.
Right, and you don't always have to talk about your book, right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It's not like you're writing a new book every week. So you could talk about books that you love. You could talk about, like, I vlog every Monday about just what I did during the week, and people like that.
Yeah, because it's fun to say, like, oh, like, authors are like normal people. Like, they do normal things.
Exactly.
Like, writing is their job. Like, and so I think it's fun to like put kind of like, I read your book and like, I feel like I'm like in the author's head, I feel like connected to this author when I'm reading, and it's more fun to like put a face and a personality to the words that I'm reading.
I mean, you can do anything too. Like if you have an area of expertise, like if you're good at, I don't know, crocheting, or I'm really good at doing tutorials on the computer, right? So I put some tutorials together on like how to put your book on Insta-freebie. I think you do this really awesome thing where you do to be read.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, so I like to talk about like books that I'm planning on reading. So be like, oh, I'll do my, say for the month of May, I'll be like, okay, these are the books and I'm going to read this month. I really, really love doing those. Or I'll be like, oh, there's my summer TBR, my summer to be read, and I'll have a list of books I'm planning on reading this summer. And it's fun for other readers to be like, oh, like I haven't heard of that book, and then want to like look it up. Or they'll be like, oh my God, I'm planning on reading that book also this summer. Like, can't wait to talk to you when you finish it. So it's just like a good way to like interact with my viewers and stuff. And I feel like same thing goes to authors. Like you can, like I really love hearing like what other authors like to read and enjoy for fun.
Yeah, I mean, they're readers too, right? And you were a reader, and then and if you don't have time, like, I don't know, she has a huge book list, but if you don't have time for this huge book list, you could do like to be watched, right? Like top summer movies, like I'm totally excited about. Or what am I gonna do? Like, what's so fun about this summer? Or what are my, what are my summer goals? Like I'm gonna get a tan and grow my hair. I don't know.
Yeah. And like something like for authors, I like seeing like writing vlogs. Like I've seen a lot of authors do that. Will like take you through my day and like show you what my process of writing is like. I know it's fun for me to like be like, okay, like this is what it's like in their life before they put this physical copy out and stuff. And I think it's cool for like aspiring writers to like kind of watch and like get inspiration and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it's safe to assume most people have been thinking about writing at one point or another. Like I think there's that other author who wrote in the book, Kristen Martin, and she always does like her goals for the month for writing, and then at the end of the month she does how did I do.
Yeah, see, that's a good idea because you can see your progress, your readers can see your progress and stuff too, and it like feeling keeps you accountable, I guess, during the month. Like that's why I like doing my TBRs, and then at the end of the month I'll do my wrap-ups. Be like, okay, like I had really high expectations for this book at the beginning of the month. How did it end up at the very end. So, and that's fun. It's like I can do like little reviews and discussions and stuff, and just kind of reflect on what my reading month was like. Some months are really, really great, and they're like, yeah, all 5-star books, and some of them are like, some were like a kind of hit and miss. So I know a lot of people really like to watch those too.
Yeah, and you can do collaborations, because I don't think, and it's not even like, I mean, we're both YouTubers, but like, you don't have to do that. You could do it with people who don't know video, right? So they're probably grateful that you asked them to be on a video, because then they get to be on video, and they normally don't have the time or energy to put a YouTube channel together, but they'd like some episodes out there.
Yeah, and like you can collaborate with other authors. Like you don't have to, you know, do it alone. Like if you had like multiple authors and did a video together, like I know that would be really fun to watch too.
There's some like blogs where the bunch of authors will take turns. So like if you can't commit, like I love doing video, right? Like I have so much footage. I don't know if you're like this. I just haven't even edited
videos and stuff.
And so I have like, just so you know, I have like 10 videos on reserve that I'm just waiting to share with everybody.
Yes, right? I do that too. I have like a certain videos. I'm like, oh, it's like not time for me to post this.
Right.
Like,
a group YouTube channel, right? So like you can take a turn, right? So like, oh yeah, we were saying like we love it.
Yeah.
We have so much video, it's crazy. Like if I didn't have like any other obligations, I would just vlog every day.
Yeah, like it's just so fun. Like there's just days where I'm like, I just get like this really cool idea and I film it, and I'm kind of like, okay, like I'm not sure if I want to put this up yet, but I was like, I hold on to it. Like I have like my stash of videos that like if I get super busy and I can't film, like I have my stash that I can just like pick and choose from. Like I just have so much fun. It's like a stress reliever for me just to go and film and like be in my element. And I feel like it's something that not a lot of people have explored. Like a lot of people are just like, oh, like camera, like I don't editing, like I don't want to deal with that. But like, for me, like I think it's so much fun. And so I think, you know, more people need to kind of experiment with this.
It's not a big deal, and you don't have to be like a supermodel to be on camera, right?
Exactly.
I don't know that I advocate, like, it does bother me though when people are on Facebook Live and they're like, I haven't brushed my teeth and I just woke up, and I'm like,
yeah, like, I think it's good to like look presentable,
right?
But you don't have to do like, I don't know, like too much, I guess.
Yeah, you don't have to be perfect, I guess, is the problem.
Like, I think anyone can film themselves, and like you get used to it over time. Like when I first started my channel, I was super awkward, I was super uncomfortable, like I never knew what to say or talk about, and then just over time, like I just started to feel super duper comfortable, and I just like felt better about doing it. So like it's like if you're like you want to start a channel but you're like not a fan of it, like just kind of stick with it for a while, and you hopefully you'll start to like get the hang of it or feel more comfortable over time.
Or even like it's like writing, right? Like you don't just know how to write right away. It takes practice, and I'm sure like
error. Like,
your first books or paragraphs or short stories were terrible, but if you don't ever try, you're not going to be good at it.
Exactly.
And I really think video is taking over.
Yeah.
Like everything, like even all the other platforms, they offer video now.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone wants to watch video.
Yeah, and so I think it's important for authors especially to be able to reach out to many different audiences. Like there's a lot of people who maybe aren't on Twitter, aren't on Instagram, or don't like watch or going websites, but they could be viewers of YouTube. So like as an author, you want to make sure that you can reach the most amount of people as possible.
Yeah, and people like video, and I think we were talking about this before. I'm not a fan of live, and neither is Kaitlyn.
Yeah, I don't do much live.
We like doing edited videos because you can cut it down, right? Like you don't have, and that's more to the point. Like you don't have to be perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
You can just cut it out, like anything you didn't like.
Yep, I'm like, oh, if I was like talking and I was like, because I like talk a lot, and like there's sometimes videos where I'm like, I just kind of talk and talk. I'm like, okay, I'm like, no one actually cares. Like I just cut out this like 2 minutes of me like gibbering, like, and it doesn't matter. But like if I'm live and I'm talking, I'm like, oops, like I can't take that out. Like it's already there. And I like the creative process behind making videos too, that you don't necessarily get from live videos.
I always add in, I stream things in, like words or like pictures or something, because I think it makes it more interesting. It's like just like when you watch the news.
Exactly.
They always have like something up by somebody's head.
And stuff like that. Like there's like sometimes where like if I'm talking about a book and like I don't actually have the book with me, like I'll just put a picture of it, you know, like things like that, or like I'll make it like come in like cool, or again like I also like to use like graphics and words and titles and stuff that just makes it more interesting and creative and entertaining than just like, here, listen to me talk. You know?
Right. And it's so easy to learn. Like it doesn't take a lot of time. You could even use, like we're using a fancy camera and some lights, but you could just use your phone and go outside with some lighting.
Exactly. Your phone like take great videos. I know a ton of YouTubers who just use their phone, and like it's simple, it's easy, you always have it with you, so like you don't have to worry about like, oh, I can't afford a DSLR camera, but like if it's something that you want to keep doing, like at some point that investment will be worth it. But until then, like we're at the point where like phones like take great video. It's not like it was like 10 years ago where like phone videos were crappy,
terrible,
you know, like now, like if you have an iPhone or even a lot of Androids, like they have nice cameras that does what you want when you're starting out.
Or you can even get those, what are those?
Oh, you put like lenses and stuff
it,
on
exactly.
iPads. I've seen that. I've seen people have an iPad and then they have like a special little lens that they use, and you buy the lens and like a tripod or something to hold it, and then that's, instead if you go outside, like natural lighting is, you know, obviously it's free, like you can just go outside and use it, like you don't have to worry about it.
What else? Sound. I think sound is important because people don't
too.
realize they will click away right away if they can't hear you.
Yeah,
right?
if
It's so annoying.
staticky, or if you're like talking really, really quiet, like it's important that they can hear you and hear you clearly, because you know, not only do they want to have like it be interesting when they're watching, but they want to make sure they can follow what you're saying.
Right. There's a lot of other tiny things like intros and outros, which you can read in Vlogging for Authors that'll walk you through that. And then setting up your channel art. So those are all just details. The most important part is just get some videos out there.
Exactly.
Post them.
Just start whipping them out, and people will find them and stuff.
And people are pretty forgiving too, especially when they know that you're just starting out.
Yeah.
And I think it's more important for them to just meet you rather than getting this cinematic, like mega blockbuster
like
experience.
if your like personality is different in your video than when I meet you in person, then that's kind of like, okay, like, you know, why are you know, don't just be an online personality, if that makes sense.
Oh, that's a good point. Like, I hate when I can tell people are reading a script.
Yes, exactly.
It's so
like just be natural, be conversational, like as if you were talking to like when I'm in my room by myself talking to my camera, I make sure that it's like I'm talking to my friend, you know, that's like I'm not, you know, I know I'm not perfect or whatever, and like I never use a script. Like just make sure like you still like be yourself in your videos than you are like in person.
Right. Yeah, that's the worst. Like that's painful. Like that's even worse than like just kind of blabbing about nothing, is being like, and today I wrote 5 sentences.
Yeah.
It was on time and it was in my computer.
Yeah, where you can like see their eyes like following something
You
like
can't
at the
see it.
top, or like if all of a sudden they like stumble, or like I don't know, you can just tell, like, you can usually tell if it's like almost too put together, because you're editing, like if you mess up, like just cut it out, start over. Like if I mix up a word, I'll just pause and I'll just say the sentence over, like and not have to like worry about it. But it doesn't have to be like scripted. Like just try to stay like true to yourself as possible, I guess.
Otherwise don't even bother almost, right?
Then you might as well just like do a blog or whatever and write, which I mean is an option. If you really don't want to do video, you can you know, be active on your website and other social media and stuff.
But I really think you should do video.
Yeah.
Like literally, because I had a day job forever, the last thing I want to do at the end of the day is read a blog post, right? Like just let me listen to it or watch a video.
Yeah, it's so much more interesting. And like I said, like it puts a personality to the words that I'm reading. So I like to see who the author is behind the book.
Right. Yeah, there's some books too I've read where I've seen their blog posts and their YouTube channel, and I have no idea about their book, but I just like their personality.
There's many authors where I'm like, oh, like there's some authors where I'm like, where I've like seen them and I'm kind of like, oh, like I kind of like them. Like I'm interested in like reading them now, like reading something that they wrote because I like them as a person.
Totally. All right. Well, we would love to see your YouTube channel.
Yes.
So leave a link for us below. We will subscribe and like it. And I think that's it.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Bye.
Bye.